entrepreneur. He says, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't know. He says, why don't you fly for the airlines? You know, be a pilot. And I said, Dad, I'm a helicopter pilot. You know, you don't want me flying for the airlines. You know, just flying all over the place. I don't like that. So he says, why don't you go back to school, get your master's degree, and get your doctor's degree. And I said, Dad, I'd rather go back to Vietnam. You know, I don't want to go back to school. And anyway, so I realized this was the thing that moved me up. Here was my dad, PhD, very good man, very smart, hard-working, honest man, hard at work. And at that moment, I knew I saw the future. So today in America, you have many people just like my dad, well-educated, good people, hard-working, out of jobs, out of money, don't know how to survive. So at that point, I knew I was not going to listen to my dad, and I knew I wasn't going to go back to school, and instead I was now 25 years old, and I went to listen to my rich dad. I went to see my rich dad, and I said, I want to be an entrepreneur like you. And that was made a big difference in my life. And so I became an entrepreneur. And it was hard. I lost, just like my helicopters, I went down 3 times. I lost 3 businesses. And I just kept coming back. And that's what made me smarter. So if I could say one thing, you can take one lesson today, is this. The reason a lot of times people who do well in school don't do well in the real world is because in schools they tell you not to make mistakes. How in the world do you learn if you don't make mistakes? And so the reason my dad did not grow, because when he left school he couldn't survive in the real world. He couldn't understand the streets. You know, if you threw him on the streets, the cats would eat him. He didn't know how to survive. And he couldn't make a mistake. So he invested all of his money and immediately lost it all. And that's when I realized that our schools not teaching us anything about money was going to be one of the biggest problems. So you look at America today. In America today, you have guys my age, old guys, who have lost everything in the last year. Everything. They are wiped out. It is one of the biggest wealth transfers in the history of the world. So I have classmates. One invested with a guy named Sanford, who was like Bernie Madoff, lost everything. Another guy had his money in a retirement plan, lost everything. Another guy lost 2 houses, bam. This friend of mine came up to us, she was making about $400,000 a year, bam, she's out of work. So the reason I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad in 1997 was my wife and I had already retired. We had made more than enough money. We never had to work again for the rest of our lives. My wife was 37 and I was 47. And we did it without a college education, and I don't have a job. I own companies. I own a lot of stock, but the stock are from my companies. I take companies public through IPOs. And I own real estate, I own oil, I own gold mines and silver mines. So what I'm going to be talking to you today about is why some people get very rich. In today's market, I don't know about Brazil here. I know everybody's happy and excited, the economy is good here. But in America today, a lot of people have lost everything. Now, this is the tragedy of the whole thing. This is what I'll be talking about today. If you're really a good entrepreneur, and if you're a good investor, it does not make any difference if the market is going up or coming down. If you are financially smart, you can make money in any direction. It does not make any difference. So the people that are losing money in the States right now, I feel badly for them. I feel terrible. My classmate was a guy that invested with this guy named Sanford out of Texas. He lost $6 million, just like that, right in the market. Boom! Can't recover. He's 62 years old. And what's he going to do? He's going to do the same thing. He's still going to be an attorney. He's still going to work hard. And he's still going to turn his money over to somebody he doesn't even know. Most people do that. And most people should do that because they don't have any financial education in our schools. But what I'm going to be talking to you today about is what I do, what my rich dad taught me, so that it doesn't make any difference. Market's going up, I'm happy. Market's going down, I'm even happier. It doesn't make any difference. Because I don't know what you think of my president, President Obama. He's a nice man, but he's never run a company. He's not a businessman. The government took care of him all of his life. So right now, in my opinion, if you're a socialist, you love it. If you're a capitalist, kind of scared. Hello? I mean, does it make sense? This is a very different time right now. So, that's what I'll be talking about today. Is about why today, my country, America, boom, the rich are getting excessively rich, and those that used to be rich are getting poor right now. And I don't want you to become one of the poor, because as your economy gets better, I want you to be able to make money going up, and if it comes down, I want you to make even more money. Does that make sense, you guys here? That makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense of being like my father, my poor dad, highly educated, sitting around there 50 years old and out of work and broke. That's not intelligent, okay? So that's what I'll be talking about. Is that what you guys want to hear about today? Hello? Raise your hands if you do. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm glad you're here, and it's nice to be in Brazil. And before I begin, I'll bring up my sweetheart, my wife Kim here. We've been married almost 25 years now.